How to write the project description for the PMP exam application? What are the common mistakes and how to avoid them? Keep watching to learn with examples. Hi everyone, I am Daud, and in this video I will show you with examples how to write a good project description for the PMP exam application. But before we get to that, a quick note to avoid any confusion. Okay, so let's look at how to write a good project description. You will have to go to your PMP application. Simply go to pmi.org website and from the top menu select certifications. Under that, select Project Management Professional or PMP and you will reach the page shown here. Go to the section where it says Apply for PMP certification. Continue to log into your account, enter the education requirements and get to the Experience section. So you will enter the title of the project and other information. Next, you will write the project description, which should be between 200 to 500 words. That is what the PMI recommends. Provide the objective of the project, your role, responsibilities, and deliverables you worked on, and the outcome of the project. Now, question is how to enter this information. But before that, let us be clear and understand what are the most common mistakes PMP applicants make. I'll mention the mistakes now, but then later I will show you some examples. In my experience, the biggest mistake is listing the technical work and not talking about the project management work and not discussing the use of project management methodology. Another mistake is that the applicant has managed a full project, but the way the description is written, it shows that the person was only responsible for part of the project or an aspect of the project. That can result in rejection of the application. The description must show that the applicant was responsible for all aspects of the project for the duration of the project. Related to this one is that description does not say anything about managing of project constraints. Now, if the applicant didn't manage constraints, then what kind of project management was being done? And the last one is there is no mention of project team management or mentioning only managing of one group. So all these are the common issues. Okay, now the mistake of listing technical work. Look at the 4 examples. Determine the flat pack configuration, perform strength analysis, apply structural optimization to finalize the best design specs, administer and maintain bug tracking system and version control system. Now it's an amazing hardcore technical work. The problem is that it is not project management. It is a no-no. Next is responsibility of all aspects of project. The first example seems technical. Also, if that is the only performance review the applicant did, then it looks like the applicant was not responsible for all aspects of the project. Similarly, under communication, it only mentions communicating about one part of the project. This can be a problem. Project communication is a comprehensive activity that extends over all the aspects of the project. So if you have done so, then express it in such a way not to highlight communicating about one aspect only. The third example shows project management work. However, the problem I see is that the applicant was not responsible for developing the project charter, but rather worked only on one piece of the work required to develop project charter. Now that is a red flag. Next is leading and directing cross-functional team. Several watch-outs here in these examples. Only interviewed the design team members or managed the design team members or reviewed the performance of design team members. That is not a cross-functional team and that can be a problem. The other 2 examples are also identifying only one group belonging to a single function and not the cross-functional project team, like the business analysis team, technical testing and support team. Now, if you did all 3 on the same project, that shows that you have managed a cross-functional team and that will likely be acceptable. The 4th one is that your description should show managing the constraints, which is like doing project management. Sometimes In-house projects may be structured in a way where the project manager manages the schedule, but the budget and sometimes scope is managed by the functional manager. Like here in the first example, the applicant said, I manage the project schedule and the project team, but did not mention anything about managing the project costs or budget, managing project risks, or managing project quality. I'm not asking you to list all 6 constraints, but after reading the full description of the project, it should be evident that you did manage all 6 constraints. The second example is from an application where the applicant mentioned gathering of requirements and list of deliverables from the stakeholders, but there was no mention of defining scope, creating work breakdown structure, and controlling scope. This one is clearly a red flag. So at this stage, you should be wondering then, what do we need to write? One thing is you have to write whatever project management you did. I mean, be truthful. I'm going to share with you some activities as examples that can be written in the project description. So looking at initiating activities, the examples are define high-level project scope, perform key stakeholder analysis, identify high-level risks, and develop the project charter and get approval. Then examples of planning activities, develop work breakdown structure, estimate activities durations, develop project schedule, and determine the project budget. Next is executing activities examples, acquiring and managing project resources, ensuring project changes, implementation, and motivating project team to improve performance. Then comes monitoring and controlling examples, managing project changes, measuring project performance using appropriate tools, creating project performance report, and performing risk audit. And the last ones are closing examples. Obtain final acceptance of project deliverables, hand over deliverables to operations team, conduct lessons learned exercise, and archive project documents. I believe this gives you a much better idea. Now let us look at a sample project description. You can use it as a template, but fill information for your project and add the work you performed and remove the one that you did not take on when you manage the project. Make the description a true representation of your project and your role and responsibilities on the project. So, the objective of the example project was to develop an automated regression testing suite to reduce the testing time from 4 months to 2 weeks. The description continued from there. As the project manager, I identified the key stakeholders and documented their expectations through one-on-one interviews. Developed project charter and obtained sponsors approval. So the applicant mentioned the role here and then started to talk about the responsibilities and the deliverables worked on. Develop the detailed project management plan, gather the requirements, define the scope, and identify deliverables, and created the work breakdown structure. Also, estimated project activities durations and cost estimates using parametric and bottom-up estimation techniques. Developed the schedule and budget and obtained sponsors approval. Hired and onboarded the project team and managed the team performance, ensured quality management plan was implemented and approved change requests were implemented. Also, collected the project progress data. Evaluated change requests and participated in the integrated change control review sessions to obtain approvals. Tracked project costs and time, monitored results of quality control testing, wrote project performance report, developed and conducted training of the new system for the functional team, created and submitted final project performance report, and documented lessons learned. Released the new system to testing department within the planned schedule and budget. This last statement is the project outcome. Now, if you are still confused or you have any other question, do not hesitate to get in touch with me.